Guess who's back?
With a brand new rap, and I don't mean rap like.
See, I was going somewhere else with that. I was gonna say back again.
Yeah, that works too.
Shady's back.
Yeah, I know, but what
no,
I was
Roddy's
singing,
back.
what I was singing was
With a
Eminem
friend.
too. Guess who's back with a brand new rap, and I don't mean rap like. And I can't really finish the lyrics. I kind of forgot how they went. I have to listen to the song again. Which song is that anyway? Though?
I have no idea.
Well,
Kev, just slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Anyway, guys, welcome back to game number 2 between Huck and Morrow. It's going to be played on Whirlwind.
Does anybody out there
You
know
can talk.
what this ridiculous rap song is? It's just the guy just says slow down.
Yeah, it's Slow Down by Clyde.
Slow down. I'm just like, it came on the radio today, and I thought I accidentally like hit this like independent local radio station, and I listened to it for a little while, and the guy's just like slow down, slow down. I'm like, really? This is music? And then a couple days later, we're going down the road, and Kev is like at the dial set to some like mainstream
It's a great
hit
station. It's a really, really
yeah,
good
and
station.
and the slow down song came on, and I was like, what am I listening to?
Yeah, no, Slow Down is a song by Clyde apparently. It's quite it's a mini hit right now.
So now every time
Slow
Kev
down.
says anything, I'm just like, hey, Kev, just slow down. Slow down.
Wait, okay, Ben, you're going to have to talk for 30 seconds because I really want to remember what song I was just singing of Eminem.
Okay. So we've got Whirlwind here. This is
it's
a
so
GSL
obvious,
map.
Ben. It's just Guess Who's Back by Eminem.
That's a different song.
Yeah, I know. But no, but
Oh, that's the same song?
yeah, that's how it starts. Like,
So
Guess
we
Who's
were
Back with a
doing the
brand
same
new-
song, just different parts.
I guess so.
Wow. That's slow down.
Slow down, Ben. All right, guys. Mouse card coaches Morrow is, of course, a Swedish Zerg in the left bottom side of Whirlwind. Man, if Morrow would go down 0-2 in the start of the NASL season, man, that's the first time in history, because Morrow normally always starts good in our seasons.
Yeah. Actually, incidentally, you guys might have seen a little chat going on back and forth between this guy Morrow admitting that he's only actually played this map once in a ZVZ against Ret. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what he does here. Huck, on the other hand, long time Korean resident. And we have to imagine that he's been practicing on Whirlwind quite a bit.
Yeah, certainly if you live in Korea, Ben, if you practice with the Koreans. Now, Huck does, in general, strike me more as a ladder player than someone who stamps out 15 to 20 custom games on a row. That's just how that's just the impression I have. I'm not super close with Huck, so I don't really know exactly how he practices. Of course, if he has a big tournament going up, I can imagine that he plays quite a few custom games. But from what I know and from what I've heard from close friends, is that Huck really loves to just practice on ladder. By the way, this is double hatch opening before spawning pool, by the way, Ben.
Crazy, and I like it quite a bit. Actually, double hatch gas before spawning pool. So Morrow delaying this as long as he possibly could. Huck is going to have a gateway done relatively soon, and I would not be bothered at all to see him chrono boost out a couple of zealots. How do you feel about that?
I would love to say I feel good about it, because I do it quite often myself, so that would make sense if I say I feel good about it. But this is quite a long map, Ben, and I actually think that a player like Morrow is going to be able to deal with it. I would much rather see him put on some serious pressure, but he did scout that Morrow is going for an extremely quick extractor, so despite this being a double hatch before pool opening, he's also going to be capable of dealing with minor aggression.
That's true. Huck has to keep in mind the possibility for speedlings. You also have to keep in mind the possibility for like all ends. Yeah. You can build that third hatch just as a mind game and just be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to make 16 drones. We're going to do this Ukraine Star style.
+1 Zergling. You cannot
it's good
stop
build.
It. Oh, actually, Ben, he can kill the... you can so easily build a pylon behind it. I don't know, Ben. I'm not sure if that's a very good build on this map. You never know.
Ukraine Star build is good on every map, Kev.
3 queens going down on the same time. You know what, Ben, I have to admit a story. Before the action really kicks in, while we see Morrow just mining 100 gas and then going for speed. So he's going to be capable of dealing with, let's say, a few slow stalkers if that's what Huck wants to go for. Speed is going to be done pretty quick. Huck's going to have to be very careful with that. You know, Ben, the other day, Lauren Elise, she made a tweet on Twitter where she said she wanted to max out within 10 minutes. And I knew that sounded pretty ridiculous, but I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like playing competitive StarCraft at the moment. You know, one of those moments where I just felt a bit slow and lazy. So I was just playing an empty game, like not even against computer. Just
how fast can I max out?
Yes. And you know what's actually really sad is that Stefano does this in pro games and does it like at 11:30 or something.
With action happening all
With
around
action
the map.
happening, getting layer, getting road speed. Like
getting harassed.
Yeah, and I skipped that. and I maxed out like on 11:01. I couldn't do it any quicker. I felt really embarrassed. I was like, I am doing something wrong here with Zerg, but I just didn't know what.
How many drones did you make?
Quite a few. I don't know, like full 3-base saturation.
Wow.
I don't know. I just sucked. I guess. Here we have those speedlings, man, and this is what I was so afraid of for Huck. Huck is gonna lose these stalkers, and there's absolutely
wow. Doesn't
nothing.
even try to micro.
And look at this.
Morrow showing off a little bit, microing away the damage to Zerglings.
And not just that, man, immediately dropping 15 additional drones, or morphing in 15 additional drones. And right now, I'm not sure if Huck is going to keep this spider or not. Is he going to cancel it? No, he's not going to cancel. Oh, he can always take out the depot. That's still free. I guess that makes sense. 5 more gates are going down for Huck, but you have to feel good if you're Morrow right now.
Here comes Lair. No extra tech, no Evo chambers. I think Morrow wants to play Muta on this map. He does manage to find these pylons, as you pointed out, Kev.
Cancels on the very, very last moment.
And there's nothing else out on the map, right? Probe's
wow,
down.
he's doing it. I was actually afraid of that, because I was like, oh, now he's going to have to kill his own pylon. But he could have taken out this supply depot, but didn't do it.
Maybe the cannon doesn't reach and he wanted to just make sure it goes down fast. I have no idea.
Doesn't seem like it, no, because he's dropping a Twilight Console and taking 2 additional geysers.
More gas is going down here for Morrow. Yeah, that's weird, Kevin. I don't. That's just an unfortunate oversight.
Brain lag?
Kind of like Beastie killing his depot.
Yes, and then rebuilding it on the exact same position.
And killing it again.
He didn't do that, but
would have been funny.
yes, it would have been.
Morrow up to 6 gas now. I think at this point Muta is just about a certainty. And as I say it, the Roachmorn goes down.
4 pylons at once going up for Huck, man. After Huck killed his own depot, it's a pretty nasty supply block. Now he's wiping in the Robo as well.
Oh, sentries! Not going to get caught. They do get back in time. So the Lings do manage to catch this single Zealot. That's an unfortunate fate for that little guy.
Probe tried to hide, but that probe will fall as well. So far, Ben, it seems like you were spot on with your Muta prediction. And I think Mutas are absolutely brilliant right now. If I would be in Huck's position, Ben, I would be 100% dead. I cannot deal with Mutas when I have an army like this. I'm going up to 3 bases and I have Robotech. I just absolutely can't deal with it.
It would be hard for anybody at this stage of the game. Huck doesn't have a single stalker on the map.
Oh, perhaps a big Ling run by Ben. Oh no, there is a Zealot, but I don't think the Zealot blocks everything. Huck's gonna need. No, Morrow didn't want to go for it.
Changes his tune a little bit. A lot more Zerglings are popping out. That Spire's about to finish, and I think Morrow probably going to have gas for maybe 12 mutas.
If I look at this base,
he
man,
just went double upgrades.
It's pretty hard to defend this base against like 200 supply roach as well, I think. Like, look how far this is, like a double entrance, and then you have to worry about your natural.
Yeah, and Roach Drop would be so good on this map. Look how far away that third is from the main. That is a huge distance.
Or even a Nidus, man.
Yeah. Ling's just kind of poking around. Spire's now done. Will we see Morrow start those mutas? Still hasn't done. There they go. 5 mutas on the way.
First observer is on his way as well, and Huck should sort of expect something. Oh, force fields could be massive.
Lings do come in, but those are really nice force fields, and the upgrades definitely favor Huck. That went poorly.
There was a little gap though. If you wouldn't have let the gap, he would have killed more Lings. But of course, the Lings are not important right now for Morrow. The mutas are what is important. It did take quite a while, Ben, before these mutas are out, because Morrow made quite a few Lings as well.
I'm so really surprised that Huck hasn't added any cannons anywhere else. I mean, this has to look like Muta from Huck's point of view.
I think he even saw a Muta or 2 right now with his observer, unless he wasn't paying attention.
There are a couple more cannons being warped in, but not in any of the mineral lines.
This Zealot will die.
It will in fact go down. Certainly now Huck is well aware as these mutas are just sort of passing by this observer in very plain sight.
Well, this is not the base to attack with the mutas. I think the natural would be quite tricky for Huck to defend though, because he also only has a single sentry right now. No, don't go in all the cannons. He's going in all the
He's just going to kind of go for it. No, Morrow's going to actually change gears here and turn around.
There's a Colossus
waiting for him in that natural expansion. That's going to make it hard for these Zerglings. Yep. This is looking okay for Huck all of a sudden.
More than okay, Ben. But Morrow, why don't you use a couple of those mutas to fly into the main base? That's what he's going to do right now.
Yeah, he hasn't even tried to harass, and all these mineral lines are so exposed.
But of course, right now, Huck's going to be aware of this. He's immediately going to warp in 3 cannons. Blink Stalkers are going to try to make their way as well. They have +2. They're going to have +3 quite soon.
And they're going to blink right underneath. Yes, 1 muta goes down. Second muta is going to take a lot of damage. And Huck has done a beautiful job of this thus far. Now, a potential problem here is this Baneling follow-up.
Not just that, but this is just the beginning of this whole Muta process. Ooh, here we do say 18 Banelings morphing. The problem is as well, once you play like this as Protoss, you're incredibly blind. Oh, Sentry's a little bit exposed. He's gonna lose a few Sentries. I guess he's gonna lose all of them. As Morrow is gonna
valuable kill. This is so huge right now. It means no force field. That's gonna make these Banelings exponentially more effective. And ooh, I don't know if Huck is aware of those Banelings yet or not. Do you know if he caught a glimpse of that?
I don't think he did. What I want to say, Ben, is that right now Huck is just defending, and so far, yes, he's done a great job defending, but he's also giving up all map control. Morrow right now comfortably on 4 bases, and he can go up to 5 bases soon as well, because all the action is going to happen on Huck's side of the map for quite a while.
It's going to be a huge 200 supply 1-1 Baneling attack, but the Colossi and the Stalkers going to walk right into the army of Morrow, and what's going to happen now? Morrow has no choice but to go for it. Mutas fly in, Banelings come crashing into everything, and it's a little, wow, it's really nice splitting there by Huck to really minimizing the damage that those Stalkers take.
But the reinforcing Zerglings are so important right now for Morrow. The Swedish Zerg doing an excellent job, not letting his macro slip. But Huck stayed alive, and that is important. The biggest problem is he's not going to be able to be aggressive anytime soon, Ben. He lost the only answer he has against all those Lings and Banelings.
Yeah.
He lost all Sentries, all Colossus, so he's going to be stuck on these 3 bases for a little while longer.
And Morrow continuing to upgrade. The next time he hits with the Zergling Baneling, it's going to be even more difficult to deal with, just because they're going to do so much more damage. He's also continuing to add to the Muta count. That surprises me a little bit. Mutas really start to fall off.
I feel that he has a lot of idling Mutas somewhere, man, because I never feel that he has the amount of Mutas that the tab shows.
Yeah, he's supposedly got 16 out on the map, but that's not 16 Mutas in his control group. There are a few more flying across. Like you said, this is a very long map. It takes reinforcements quite a bit of time to get to wherever the hell they're going.
Templar Archives is being wiped in right now for Huck as well, which is of course a very important building against the army that he's facing. If you would get Stormban, the sickest things could potentially happen, as Storm counters everything.
Yeah,
of this
Archons
army
as well are very effective against this kind of Baneling play, which is something else we'll probably see sprinkled in here. A couple of probes sent on a very dangerous mission, spotting these Zerglings, but do manage to get back home safely.
This is going to be tough as well, because this is too many Mutas for just 3 simple cannons. I think, at least, if Morrow wants to go for now, instead he's going to focus violence.
Oh, I like this play. This is going to unpower some of these gateways. Assuming he can take out these cannons before the Stalkers get there, and he does. So 4 gates go on shutdown right now. All the Stalkers were pulled, man. This would be a hell of a time to hit with the Banelings.
Couple of super exposed zealots over here for these Mutas. Oh, Zerglings.
And Morrow is on the move. Here he comes once again. Where are your Stalkers, Huck? They're all the way in the back of your natural. More Banelings going to come rolling in. Muta's just going to be shift-clicked on these Colossi, and this is a really deadly-looking attack.
So many Zerglings and Banelings, man. A couple of Stalkers joining in the fray now, but it's not going to be enough. Morrow is still maxed out. Look at the Banelings!
Oh, huge-ish connections there. In that third base, Banelings can't really make up their mind what they want to connect on. And a few probes actually live to mine another day. This Nexus, however, will not enjoy that luxury. Morrow's staying maxed right now. Huck down at just 110 supply.
Morrow did this really well, Ben. He opened up with the Mutas, but he didn't really rely on the fact of dealing damage with them. He just knew that he would get absolute map control. That's a beautiful blink by Huck, by the way, as he is going to pick off a couple of Mutas, but the Zerglings and the Banelings is just the biggest problem. 5 High Templars being warped in. That's all the gas that Huck has. He did not research Storm, so I think he's immediately going for those Archons that you previously mentioned. I would love to see him try to get Storm, man.
I mean, he's going to need it, Kev, but I just feel like at this point, this game's almost too far gone. I love the point that you were making. Morrow made those Mutas, and that forced Huck to make a decision. Do I make a lot of Stalkers, or do I take a chance and go up to that Templar tech? He chose the Stalker route, and like you said, Morrow just didn't overcommit to the Mutas. We are going to see one more big attack.
Archons so exposed. Once more, so many Banelings. They're rolling in, man.
Boom.
Stalkers are hating, but it's not going to be enough.
And Zergling reinforcements as well. Zealot's doing a really nice job against these Lings, but look at all the Mutas. In spite of the damage they've taken, in spite of Huck's great control, Muta's still able to clean up just about all of those Stalkers. Huck hanging in there. 90 supply against 170, but Morrow just relentless.
Oh, a lot of exposed probes over there, and once more the exposed Colossus. So many Colossus have fallen this game ban against Muta Ling. It kind of makes my Protoss heart a little bit sad.
Something that's crazy to consider, Kev, in spite of all the damage that Morrow has done, he's been less cost-effective than Huck. He's actually got more resources lost right now.
That's
it's
the story
close.
of Banelings.
But the moral of this story is if you can get ahead, you don't have to be cost-effective. You just have to be supply-effective.
Poor High Templar gets surrounded as well, and Hawk calls GG. Morrow takes game number 2 on the Whirlwind, the map that he apparently only played once, Ben. But well, his scouting senses were pretty spot on early on, taking out those pylons, having an excellent opening as well. I'm a little bit sad that Hawk went for that Stalker opening, Ben, while he scouted the gas timing of Morrow.
Yeah, that was a really big risk. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either.
Like, if you see that and you still decide to go with 4 gates or 4 gate +1, I can understand that. Yes, might be a little bit tricky, but I can still understand that. You have to be careful that you don't get surrounded too early on. But it also means that Zerg's economy, despite being double hedge opening, is going to be very weak, because you know all about it. If you take gas that quickly, I mean, you lose so many minerals.
At that stage of the game, you've really got 20 drones mining minerals tops. If you take 3 of those guys off, you're
4 even, basically, the extractor
that's another great point. You're basically cutting into, I don't know, 20%, less than 20% of your mining economy. That's still a big chunk. Either way, Morrow makes it work. Huck makes a couple of small mistakes, but those are forced mistakes. Really great play by Morrow. That game brought to you guys by Epson Projectors, the best, the brightest, the highest definition projectors on the planet. Go check them out at epson.com/projectors for all the details. We're going to take a short break. Game 3, Morrow versus Huck, when we get back.